Yo, what's going on, guys? Israel one day, 277. Nate Nunes. I got all the fights. Make sure, predictions out there, make sure you go back. I think there's 14 fights in that card. Make sure you go back. I have a playlist. I will try to put it in this video, so you can just click it over there. Yeah, make sure you go and watch those fights. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who you have winning those. Leave a comment if you agree, if you disagree on this. This is another tier. I have one before. I've done, I think, three of them I've done. I thought this one would be really cool to do. A lot of different types of fighters, female fighters, older fighters. Not really any up and coming ones, which I wish there was a prospect uh, tier list. So if anybody wants to make one of those, let me know, and I will definitely do one. And I'll give credit to you guys and stuff. So yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button at 117 now, which is unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for the support. Also, still waiting for the exclusive community tab. Can't wait for that. We're doing a bunch of polls in there. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of stuff you guys will be included, and a lot of the videos that will come out, a lot of the ideas. You guys will have a lot of say in what happens. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, hard as possible, and let's jump into it. It's gonna be a long one. I have a terribly amount of time, so we're gonna try to get through this. Here we go. So we have a tier, uh, GOAT, Hall of Fame, A plus, A, B, retire, and then CM Punk is why we leaving in the UFC. So first we're starting with Demetrius Johnson. I think Demetrius Johnson is GOAT. I think he should be definitely in the Hall of Fame. Before he was basically traded to one, he was absolutely incredible. The Henry Cejudo fight that he did lose was a very, very close fight. No, it was not a fight you're like, oh no, DJ might be slipping. No, very close fight, and it went split decision to Henry Cejudo. Then we have Izzy. I don't know if we can say Izzy Adesanya is GOAT or Hall of Fame. We just haven't seen enough out of him, but he's absolutely incredible. He is so good. He is right there, A plus. You just need to see a little bit more. I don't care about the finishes. If he keeps winning and he keeps like it takes two to tango, as they say. The Jared Cannonier fight, people give him criticism. What do you want him to do? You want him to rush him and throw uncharacteristic stuff and get caught? No, because then you guys would be making fun of him for that. And then Jared Cannonier doesn't really extend because he understands the danger, plays a smart fight. That's why Izzy wanted to fight him. He knew he'd be okay. And Jared really didn't take many chances. And again, on his side, why would you? Izzy's an incredible counter striker. Jared's not an incredible counter or incredible puncher as it is. Yeah. Corey Anderson. I think Corey Anderson is very good. I don't think I can put him in A plus or A, but B right above retire though. I'm gonna put him in A just because I can't do that. I think there's a drastic difference between B tier and then retire. So just because they're one above or whatever next to each other doesn't not an insult to Corey. You just didn't see Corey beat those top tier guys. We've seen him stop Johnny Walker, which I freaking love, and Paul, by the way. Paul, absolutely amazing. My favorite Count Bisping. I hated this guy when I was growing up. As I've gotten older, I understand the game a little bit more, and I love Michael Bisping. I miss his personality. I miss his antics. I miss his fighting style. I absolutely love Michael Bisping, and he is Hall of Fame and GOAT. DC, I understand DC is a Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna put DC in GOAT or Hall of Fame just because, like, yeah, he was double champ, but he never beat the champ. He got that title because the champion messed up outside, got the belt, and then went up, fought Stipe, beat Stipe as you know. Then we have Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa is B tier. I don't think Paulo Costa is as good as people had said he was. Now it's easy to say that, of course, with the Izzy fight. His fight is unbelievable. He's good, but you talk all that crap, you go in there and you fight Izzy, and it Izzy completely destroys you, humps you at the end because you talked a lot of crap. You talked, and you didn't back up anything. So, Dominic Cruz, I think Dominic Cruz is GOAT Hall of Fame. people aren't gonna realize how good he is because all the time he's missed and all that. He fought Pedro Munoz in the last fight. He got hurt real bad in that first round. He's only been finished. He's guillotined by Uriah Faber, but finished with punches by Henry Cejudo in a fight that even though Cruz got hurt, he was trying to get up when the referee stopped it. So yeah, Curtis Blades. I think Curtis Blades is in the top of the trying to man, top of B tier. I think Curtis Blades is awesome. I think he really, really is. He's good. It's a shame that we didn't get to see him fight Tom Aspinall. I thought Curtis Blades was gonna win. I thought he was gonna be the bigger guy, and he definitely was. Nate Diaz, I think Nate Diaz is up there and go Hall of Fame. I love Nate Diaz. I don't think I understand he takes beatings at times, but he's always still has a chance in that fight. With Leon Edwards, yeah, maybe he's getting outclassed a little bit, but he was never hurt like Leon was at the end of that fight. So you got to give credit for Nate. He's unbelievable. Yeah, there's bad matchups out there, like for his Hazmat Maya fight. I think it's a bad matchup for Nate, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nate pulls it off somehow, especially if Tamayo decides to stand there and bang with Nate Diaz. TJ Dillashaw, I think TJ Dillashaw is up there at A tier. I know all the PED stuff, but you got to think the reason why he did EPO was because he's trying to make a stupid cut down to 125, and TJ's already shredded as it is. And he said the only reason he did it was so that he would have energy to train. So yeah, Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos absolutely should retire. He's not who he used to be after the three Kane fights, or three total, but after the two, because he beat Kane the first time, and then the rematch and the trilogy, he got absolutely beat up in that fight. So he should retire. His chin is no longer there anymore from the abuse and beatings and wars with Stipe and just not what it used to be. And that's no shame. No shame. He was really good. John Jones. John Jones is the greatest of all time. Hall of Famer, absolutely. I know he's in there with Alexander for the fight, but Hall of Famer, and the greatest of all time. Leon Edwards. The thing about Leon Edwards is he really hasn't fought anybody. The biggest thing he fought was Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz. I mean, Leon Edwards didn't win himself anything. I'm honestly surprised that they gave him the title shot just because of how that fight ended. I know he looked pretty good in there before he had gotten hurt, but in there to try to make a statement, and he really didn't make that statement. So I like Leon Edwards, Leon Edwards, but I don't think he really is going to give much to Usman. I think it'll probably go to the decision, but I don't see much in there. I would say he's A tier as well. Rashad Evans. I mean, Rashad Evans is retired. I know he had one fight when he was 42 or something like that. On time. Had a fight, looked slower. Again, he hasn't fought in a long time, so he was great when he was active. Uriah Faber, also retired, California kid, unbelievable, so good. I do, he's very good. I don't know if I can put him up there and go or Hall of Fame, but retired. Justin Gaethje, I think Justin Gaethje is an A tier. I don't think he's an A plus or GOAT or Hall of Fame because every time he gets to those big dogs, he kind of chokes a little bit, you know. But he's incredible in any other circumstance. Cody Garbrandt absolutely should retire. That chin is absolutely gone. His style is gone. Very weird. Alexander Gustafsson, I don't know if we can say he should be done or anything like that. I'm going to say he should retire for sure. But he may come back and he may look good. You know, when you spend that much time like that, and then you fight a guy who has been pretty active, um, at least someone who had just fought a little bit, a little bit ago, he really didn't take a lot of punishment, just was submitted. So just a very bad return fight for Gus. Dan Hooker is really good. He's ran into some trouble as of late, but he's still really, really good. Jeremy Stevens should retire. Very, very fun fighter. A lot of power, very explosive, but he only has one style. And I did see, I believe that he won a fight in PFL, so good for him. And then my favorite fighter of all time, retire of course, but I'm gonna put him up there in Hall of Fame. I love Cowboy. He's amazing. People are gonna realize how nice skid he went on, and that's okay because if you go back and you look, there's a reason why he held the record for most wins, finishes. I love Cowboy. There will never be any fighter like Cowboy again. Sad to see me, but I'm glad not to see him because he doesn't love. Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is a here. That's Kobe. You know, Gilbert Burns. He like here just he has one title. I think Gilbert Burns is amazing. He really is. Tyron Woodley, retire, please, for the love of God, don't fight again. Robbie Lawler, I also think should retire. Looked good in the Nate Diaz fight. I didn't think he looked good as some people had said. I thought Nick, I mean, looked really, really good. I thought Nick uh, came back. He looked a little flatter than he typically looks. His body really didn't look the same, but his combinations and his cardio still looked pretty good. Robbie looked good with his patience wise, and he still has power, of course. But Brian Barberena, Robbie looked pretty good at moments, just couldn't close the show. I think he was worried about the cardio. He didn't want to exert himself too much, and his style, his body, and even trying to eat the punches with Brian Barberena, it took a lot more out of him than he thought it was going to. And then Yoel Romero is absolutely A tier. Yoel Romero is amazing. I wish he was still in the UFC. I miss him being there. Darren Till, gotta put him over here in B tier, Till. Darren Till, I hope he comes back and I hope he impresses the first guy. Kelvin Gastelum, I'm such a huge fan of Kelvin. I have put Kelvin here. I love Kelvin Gastelum. I think his fighting style is so much fun. And also, I really think he would benefit if he would go down a weight class. I think that would be much better for him. But that weight cut, I would imagine, pretty brutal, especially if he's not getting the kid. Jan Blakovic, I think Jan is overrated. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. I honestly thought Israel Adesanya beat him. I thought he beat him 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 5. One takedown, but it is what it is. Like Max Holloway said, yeah. Max Holloway, I think Max Holloway is Hall of Fame. I think Max Holloway is unbelievable. Got really beat up against Alexander Volkanovski in his last fight, which Max looked really, really off in that fight. Looked slower. A lot of that could have been the Alexander Volkanovski just because maybe he was cutting off his timing and stuff. But I've never seen Max with that little output. Never. Glover Teixeira, I think Glover's an A plus here. He thinks he's unfreaking believable, especially what he's done in his last couple of years of his career. Unbelievable. Derek Lewis, I think Derek Lewis is right there in at the end of A tier. I think Derek Lewis is awesome, big power, has struggled with cardio as he thinks he would because of how big he is, how much power he has, and how he swings. Um, Jairzinho Rosenstruck is a very interesting one. I'll put him in B plus tier. I think Rosenstruck is good. We've seen him struggle big time against the big boys, um, like Francis, uh, even Alistair before he finished him, he was struggling with him. Curtis Blades, I believe he fought. Volkov just finished him, which was a little weird, but yeah. Alistair Overeem, oh, Alistair Overeem, Alexander, Alistair Overeem, either. I think Alistair Overeem is an A tier. Again, a guy that is always fighting for the title because he's always winning until he gets to that number one contender or the title shot. So he's amazing. His chin's a little questionable, but his technique and his style is always there. He's awesome. Kobe Covington, I think Kobe is A tier. I think he hasn't won a title. I think he's right here. Kobe's awesome. If it wasn't for Usman, he'd probably be champion. Yeah, Amanda Nunes. I think Amanda Nunes is good. Probably the greatest women's fighter of all time. I do have her winning this Saturday. Spoiler alert. But find out. Zane Whaley Zane, whatever. I don't think she's greatest of all time or Hall of Famer. I think she's really good. She just beat Joanna with a spinning back fist, which was weird. See Joanna go out like she did, but Zane Whaley looked really, really good in that fight. Rose Namajunas lost her title against Carla Esparza. Looked really, really bad because they did nothing. But overall, I do think Rose is A tier. I'm gonna put her above Zhang Weili or Weili Zhang, whatever you say, just because she's beaten twice. Even though the second fight, I did think Wayne Zhang, whatever, won that fight a split decision. I thought she won with takedowns and stuff. Holly Holm, I think Holly Holm should retire. I don't think she looked very good in her last fight, even though it was pretty close. I didn't have her winning it. I don't think I can't really remember now, but she looked like she had lost a couple steps. Taking that time off. Joanna and Jacek, I gotta put Joanna and Jacek up there in Hall of Fame for what she's done for putting the women's division on the map. Unbelievable women's fight. Ronda Rousey, retire. Oh, I'm gonna put Joanna over there and retire as well. Yeah, yeah. Dustin Poirier, I think Dustin Poirier is right there in. Yeah, Dustin Poirier, I think is an A tier. I can't put him really much higher than that because all the big fights he loses. Yeah, and then BJ Penn, retire. Matt Hughes, hmm, no, it's easy just to put those guys. Chuck Liddell, at the end of his career, was definitely retired. At the beginning of his career, he was definitely a plus. His style, his power, all those things. I'm gonna put him retired, but we all know. Matt Hughes, unbelievable. Uh, yeah. GSP, I honestly, yeah, I'm gonna put him up there. GSP is still unbelievable. I think if he came back, and he still wanted to fight, I think he still could fight and still beat some people in that division. Unbelievable. What he did to Michael Bisping was awesome. Like his game plan. Yeah, I love Michael Bisping. I mean, GSP. I love Michael Bisping too, but Henry Cejudo, I don't think we can put him in Hall of Fame or GOAT. I think we could put him in A plus, just because he was retired, he's coming back, he was champion, never lost his belts, double champ actually. Actually, we probably put him um above Disney, just because he was a double champ at one point. He actually took people to become double champ. I'm like, hmm. Anderson Silva should retire. He looks awesome in boxing. CM Punk, put him in CM Punk. Tony Ferguson is awesome. I know he's lost a couple fights in a row. I don't care. I think Tony Ferguson is A tier. Come on, guys, don't forget. Francis Ngannou, we can't put him in GOAT or Hall of Fame or A plus. He is a champion, yes. I guess we can put him right here. Francis is unbelievable. What he's able to do, what he did to Cyril Gane was awesome to see. Jose Aldo is GOAT Hall of Fame. Jose Aldo is unfreaking believable. Unbelievable what he's been able to do. Holy shirt. He's so damn good. Brian Ortega, I think Brian Ortega is an A tier. He just can't get over that hump of the special guys. He just can't get over it. Zabit, retired. He retired. Yair, I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm gonna put him above Brian, just because it's kind of the same thing with him. Stipe, definitely one of the greats. I do think he's a little bit overrated, but I do still understand that he is very, very good. Calvin Cater, I think Calvin Cater's A tier. I do think Calvin Cater is really good. I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I love watching him finally people face off with him. It was awesome. Yeah, awesome. Khabib is unbelievable. The only asterisk with Khabib is that he never fought a grappler. Well, actually, he fought Grayson Tebow, and that's the one fight that some people thought Grayson Tebow had won that fight. It was the closest fight between all of Khabib's fights. Yeah, he just never really fought grapplers. but almost all strikers. So yeah. Kamaru Usman, I can't put him up there in GOAT or Hall of Fame. I will put him in A plus tier just because Usman is good. Saying that he's the greatest welterweight of all time is I think disrespectful. Usman is good. He's defended his title 5 times. Gilbert Burns, two to Masvidal, and two to Colby. That's 3 people. That is not enough to say you're the greatest of all time. Come on. Damian Maia retired. He was unbelievable for the one thing he was good at. I think Masvidal is A tier. I don't think he can get to a title, but I think he can beat some people as long as he's motivated. That's the biggest thing. Connor, kind of the same thing. I think he's A tier. If old Connor comes back, I think he makes a big problem for a lot of people. But I don't think he's coming back like that. So Marlon Moraes, retire. Brock Lesnar, retire. Overrated, I believe. Unbelievable for what he did for the little, you know, credentials and for what he was able to do for what he should have been able to do. Pretty unbelievable. But retire. Dominic Reyes, B plus. Nothing special. He really isn't. Shevchenko is unbelievable. She's so good about it. She's beating every single person that's given her, besides Nunez. And the second fight, I thought she easily won that fight. Korean Zombie, I think Korean Zombie's in B tier. I think Korean Zombie's awesome, but he always has an issue getting past that top dog. Wonder Boy, I think I'm gonna put him A tier. Unbelievable. I think I'm putting him above Jorge because he beat Jorge. I think he's awesome. I think he's really fun to watch. Grapplers, he's lost to a couple grapplers recently. People want to write him off already, which I think is ridiculous. Alexander Volkanovski is GOAT or Hall of Famer at some point. He's unbelievable what he's been able to do. Really, yeah, is. Robert Whitaker, I do believe is A tier. He's not champion anymore, which is a little old. But I'm not putting him in A tier. Unbelievable. Can't beat Izzy. But if it wasn't for Izzy, he probably still be king. Even though I do think Yoel Romero beat him in that second fight. Probably 3-2 is 48-47. I thought he got a 10 in one of them. So I thought he would have beaten him 48-46, something like that. There is my tier list as you see it right here. So, yep, let me know in the comment section if you agree, if you disagree, who you would change. If you had to, again, let me know. As always, guys, you already know what it is.